Ramsey County judge is deciding right now whether to temporarily stop a new law meant to prevent copper wire thefts. It is especially rampant across St. Paul, where thieves target the city's streetlights. Last year alone, there were 2,000 thefts, and the Public Works Department spent more than $1 million to replace and repair them. Except opponents filed a lawsuit arguing the law is too broad and could effectively shut down the state's entire industry. Jennifer Hoff joins us with more on what happens next. Jennifer?
Julie, starting in January, the law requires anyone selling scrap metal copper to get a license every year from the Department of Commerce. What's more, the lawsuit says copper is actually found in most recyclables, from electronics to jewelry, and buying it from someone without a license would mean even a legitimate company is breaking the law.
There are a lot of customers at K&K Metal Recycling in Minneapolis. 7,500 people, in fact, every year. Coupled with nearly 200 licensed dealers who together recycle some 31 million pounds of material here annually. The company buying and shipping it across the country to be melted and made into new metal.
As a whole, the industry is very large.
$1 billion in Minnesota alone, now threatened by a new law set to start in January.
No one wanted to be in this position.
That lawyers who filed a suit to stop it say is meant to prevent thieves from stealing copper wire, but doesn't protect legitimate transactions.
Most of the time, you're fighting against something that was intended. Here, no one wanted this outcome, and so we are dealing with what we have. And there's frustration all around.
The law prohibits anyone from buying scrap metal copper from anyone else without a $250 license, except that is found in nearly everything here.
Electric motors, circuit boards, aluminum, all of these items contain copper, so none of this will be able to be purchased without that license.
All of this worth only about $50. That for some people is all they have.
You're not going to go buy a $250 license to recycle this. It just doesn't make any sense.
The retail manager worried instead of it being recycled, it will end up in a landfill or business will be diverted.
The number one thing that I'm hearing is where's the closest scrapyard in Wisconsin? So the industry will just move over there.
A change that at least one company says could make them go dark.
Now, dozens of mayors publicly supported this legislation, and some city officials testified last legislative session. But the lawyer in this case says industry leaders were ignored. He expects the judge to issue a ruling in a week. The Commerce Department telling me that it doesn't comment on pending litigation, but noted that its application is now online and usable, and so far 20 people have signed up.